What is going on, everybody? UFC Fight Night Cannonier versus Rodrigues just went down. It was a pretty good card, and I want to go over, have a recap, go over my picks, which were pretty good, by the way. If you don't believe me, you can go watch my prediction video. But I went 11-1 for this card. This is the first card that I actually watched tape since like UFC 301. So it opened my third eye. But here are my picks. You guys can see. Hold on, let me move this up a little bit. So you can see I got Cavalcanti by decision. So correct fighter and method. Walker by submission. Correct fighter and method. Elijah Smith by decision. Correct fighter and method. And I picked Chaos Williams by KO. So that was the one that I got wrong. Um, I don't think it was that bad of a pick, but I did overestimate his grappling, and Bonfim got a lot better on the feet. He's more composed now. In his earlier fights, he would just come out and start swinging. But I got Estevam, but I picked submission in round one, so I only got the correct fighter, but I still got the pick right. Angela Hill by decision, correct fighter and method. Delgado by TKO, correct fighter, method. Petrosky by decision, correct fighter and method. Sadikov by decision, correct fighter, but not the correct method because he ended up getting a KO. Shabazian by TKO in round one. This was a perfect pick. I got the correct fighter, method, and round. But I feel like the Shabazian pick was kind of like a gimme pick that was easy. I got Zalal by decision, so correct fighter and method, and Cannonier by TKO. I picked it in round one. Um, Honestly, I thought that was his only chance at winning. I thought if he couldn't finish Gregory in round one, he'd get broken, but it was the other way around. So I'm fucking happy about that because I love Cannonier. He's an awesome fighter. So I got that pick right. I don't think I saw anybody picking Cannonier on YouTube. Um, I think I might be the only one. But yeah, those are my picks. I went 11-1. So yeah, pretty happy about that. But let's go on to the actual recap. So, all right, here we are. So, this fight is a pretty good fight. I don't really have much to say about this because I wasn't paying attention. But what I did see, Jacqueline Cavalcanti was using her range well. Like I said, her straight punches are good. So that's about all I got to say about that fight. But Dontel Mays versus Walter Walker. Um, the only thing I got wrong about this fight was the round. I even said I could see a leg lock or a heel hook for Walter Walker. He's really good at those. Cyril Gahn got Dontel Mays with one. Um, I missed like the first 30 seconds of this fight, but I can't assume anything too crazy happened. Walter Walker probably got a takedown or something, but once it was on the ground, he got that heel hook locked up, cranked it, and Dontel Mays had to tap. So that was pretty cool. You don't really see leg locks and heel hooks working in MMA that much anymore because they're very dangerous because people can just smack you in the fucking face when you're doing them. But Walter Walker's good at him. This guy's strong. His first fight, he was like a blob, but now he's actually like ripped. He's a big, strong, muscular heavyweight. So he's in the top 15 now. I don't know who gave Dontel Mays a ranking. Um, Fire that guy probably, but Walter Walker, he's good. I think I think he'll have like a similar position at heavyweight, like similar to Sergey Spivak, just like perennial top 10, top 8 contender. I don't see him winning a belt or anything like that, but for heavyweight, pretty damn good. And it's always good to be a grappler at heavyweight because one takedown is really all you need. So on to the next one, Vince Morales versus Elijah Smith. This was a good fight. Um, Elijah Smith is good. Some of the things he was doing in his last fight that I didn't like, he fixed. Like leaning over his strikes, his chin still up in the air, but I'm sure he'll fix that. This guy's young. Vince Morales looked good too. He really didn't have much for Elijah Smith on the feet. He tagged him a couple times, but Vince Morales, Do not let this guy get in a front headlock position on you because he's dangerous with anaconda chokes, Darce chokes. I think it's a Peruvian necktie. This guy's good. He's got dangerous submissions. He almost got Elijah Smith several times. And in round three, I think he got him in a fucking bulldog choke that he probably would have tapped him out. But there were 10 seconds left. And in round three, Elijah Smith broke Vince Morales' nose pretty bad with an uppercut. And then he was just smashing his nose in with jabs the whole round. So I think you had to give round three to Smith, just based on the amount of damage he was able to do. And round two, definitely Vince Morales because he had some really close submissions. It was basically an entire round of them scrambling. Elijah Smith, he is going to be a very hard guy to submit. He does not stop moving. He's very intelligent when it comes to defending submissions. He's got good scrambles, good takedowns. His boxing looked pretty nice this fight. I'd like to see him add in some more body shots. I think some body shots would be very good for him. But this was a good fight. Elijah Smith won a decision pretty clearly. I can't wait to see what this guy does in the future because I think he's got a lot of potential. But on to the next one. Gabriel Bonfim and Chaos Williams. This was the only fight that I got wrong. Chaos Williams, he looked alright on the feet, but he couldn't check any of the leg kicks Bonfim was throwing at him. I think that's because he's got so much weight on his front leg. And still his boxing is just not great. If Chaos Williams had like actual striking skill, he would be so fucking hard to beat. But he didn't. And so he was getting tuned up on the feet. He landed some good shots, but for the most part, Bonfim was landing a lot of leg kicks, a lot of jabs. He was doing well on the feet. And Chaos Williams, he got him down a couple times, I think, in round one. And then at the end of round two, Chaos Williams hit him with a big shot. It looked like he might have got dropped, but I'm not sure. But he went right into a takedown attempt. And then he tied up a Darce choke. And Chaos Williams went to sleep. So that's that. But yeah, I overestimated how good Chaos Williams would be at grappling. But pretty good fight while it lasted, and a 6 submission from Bonfim. So he looks to be getting better fight to fight. So that's a good sign. And yeah, good performance by Gabriel Bonfim. All right, Rafael Esteban versus Jesus Aguilar. I was a little underwhelmed by Rafael Esteban, and I was impressed with Aguilar at the same time because he survived for the first 2 rounds on the ground with Esteban, and I thought Esteban would be able to get him out of there. Maybe that was silly for me because Aguilar did survive for a while with Tatsuro Taira on the ground, but yeah, Esteban, he's a good grappler. He's got good takedowns, very good. But if you can survive a round or two with this guy, you're gonna beat the shit out of him on the feet because his striking is really not that good. He was landing some good right hands and some good uppercuts on Aguilar, but that's about it. And Aguilar kept jumping on guillotines. That fucked him over too. But yeah, a little bit underwhelming by Esteban. I thought he'd do better. He basically just out-grappled Aguilar for the first 2 rounds and won a decision that way, and he was getting beat up in the 3rd round. So kind of like the Charles Johnson fight. But yeah, my expectations for Esteban are down now. I thought he might be top 10, top 5. Now I really don't know. But on to the next one. Angela Hill versus Ketlin Souza. I thought Angela Hill would outpoint her. Basically is what I thought was going to happen, and I didn't really pay attention to the fight. I saw all of round 1, and I missed round 2 and like 90% of round 3 because I went to go get some pizza. But yeah, Angela Hill won a split decision. That's what Angela Hill does. She's the female Neil Magny, so good for her winning fights at 40 years old. Good for her. Ketlin Souza didn't look that great. But yeah, I don't have much to say about that fight. This fight, Connor Matthews versus Jose Delgado. Dude, I'm telling you guys right now, Listen to me. Listen to me, guys. Delgado is really fucking good. Okay? This guy, he did get taken down in this fight. Um, Everybody's going to get taken down eventually in their career. Jose Delgado, he is so talented. This guy is dangerous on the feet with everything he throws. He's dangerous on the ground. He's got good takedowns. He's very well rounded. And he's training at a good gym. He's training at the MMA lab. This guy is a beast. His skill level is going to go from here to here to here. Like, he's going to be rapidly improving. I trust that, especially with the gym he's at. Keep an eye out for this guy. Expect him in the rankings by mid 2026. That's what I think. If all goes well with this guy's career, doesn't get any injuries or anything like that, I would say you can expect to see this guy in the top 15 in like a year's time. He's good. Very, very good. But yeah, he just looked good. Like, his striking, he's so fucking dangerous. And he's long and lanky for the weight class, and he's clearly got a lot of power. Yeah, great performance by Jose Delgado. But on to the next fight. Rodolfo Vieira and Andre Petroski. This fight kind of went how I thought it would, except I thought that Petroski would do a little bit better on the feet. It was kind of a dead fight. Petroski dropped him with a check hook in round one, and then didn't do much for the rest of the round, but he won it because he dropped him. Round two, Rodolfo Vieira just outstruck him. Round three, Petroski just landed more. This was kind of a dead fight. I guess this is what happens when you get two grapplers who can stuff each other's takedowns. So, yeah, not great. But Andre Petroski won. Good for him. His striking looked pretty shit. So did Vieira's. But, you know, it is what it is. He won the fight. Good for him. On to the next one. Ismail Bonfim versus Nazim Sadikov. Now, I have been of the opinion that Ismail Bonfim was really overrated and Nazim Sadikov was really underrated for a long time. I've thought that about both of these guys. Ever since Sadikov beat Evan Elder, I've been pretty damn high on him. He's just good, man. Like, he's a good striker. He was eating some big shots this fight. Nothing too bad though. And it was a pretty even fight for the most part. And then, like I said in my prediction video, this guy's left leg is fucking dangerous. He throws a question mark kick that hits Bonfim right on the temple. It cuts him under the eye, and he's all wobbly. He avoids getting finished, but then before round two starts, the doctors, I guess they ask him if he can see, and he says he can't. So Nazim Sadikov gets the TKO by doctor stoppage. I think even if that fight went on, he was going to finish Bonfim. Sadikov is good, man. I don't know if I think he'll ever get ranked at lightweight, which, like, if you don't get ranked at lightweight, that doesn't mean you're a bad fighter, because lightweight is so fucking stacked. But I'm just going to say, I wouldn't be shocked if Sadikov gets in the top 15 one day. Was out for a while before this fight. I don't think he fought at all in 2024. Yeah, he's improving. He trains with good training partners, and he's got a lot of talent, and that's a recipe for success. So, yeah, Sadikov looked good. His boxing is good. His kicks are good, and he didn't grapple in this fight, but he's got good grappling too. This guy's dangerous on the ground. So, yeah, expect big things from this guy. On to the next one. Edmund Shabazian versus Dylan Budka. Shabazian fucking pull countered him, and Dylan Budka just fucking crumbled like a sack, or he dropped like a sack of potatoes. It was one of the nastiest right hands I've seen in a while. I told you guys, if you are like watching UFC, you watch these undercards and you're familiar with both of these guys, you know Edmund Shabazian is not that good, but you know that Dylan Budka is fucking terrible. This guy is terrible. Horrible. He's terrible at fighting, not good. I don't mean to be a dickhead, but that's just, I gotta keep it real on this channel. That's what I do. I want to keep my opinions real. I'm gonna tell you guys what I think. You know, I'm a fat loser, but at the end of the day, I gotta keep it real. Sometimes I can be right. So, yeah, Dylan Budka is terrible. I think he should reconsider his career. Like, you're not gonna be a successful UFC fighter. That's as clear as ever. Go do something else, man. Be a wrestling coach or something. You got good wrestling. Edmund Shabazian looked good this fight, but who did he look good against? You got to take that into consideration. So yeah, I don't have any much more to say about this. Yeah, Edmund Shabazian, I don't think he's back. I don't think he's gonna really get back in the rankings. But good performance. Hopefully he gets a bonus because that was a sick fucking KO. But on to the next one, co-main event. Um, Calvin Kattar versus Yusuf Zalal. So the first round, Zalal goes out there. He is absolutely piecing Calvin Kattar up with his jab. He's landing a lot of kicks. He's moving well. This guy, Zalal, he is like the fucking roadrunner, dude. You cannot catch this guy. Calvin Kattar, very gun shy in the first round. Probably because he knew he was gonna hit air if he even tried to punch. Like, Zalal pieced him up in the first round. In the second round, he was still piecing him up, but not to the same degree. He was moving a lot more, kind of running, I guess. But Kattar basically couldn't like touch him. He couldn't touch him the whole fight. Round 3, all Zalal did was run away because Kattar was swinging for the fucking fences. And I think Zalal knows, like, he's an intelligent fighter. He knows if he tries to sit down in the pocket with Calvin Kattar, he's going to get knocked out. That's why he was fighting like that. And Kattar stuffed his takedowns, so he knew he couldn't take him down. So I think that shows where Zalal's grappling level is at compared to somebody like Aljamain Sterling. Like, Aljo fucking ragdolled Calvin Kattar, destroyed him with the grappling. Zalal couldn't even take him down, so we have an idea of that. But Zalal's striking is really good, and if you're a better striker than him, he will just run away from you and outpoint you if you're dangerous. So I don't see him losing until he gets into like the top 5. I think Zalal is really good. So yeah, that's what I thought of that fight. I don't think Zalal is ever going to be a champion, but I think he can get pretty close. And he's young; he'll be improving fight to fight. But let's get on to the real reason why you guys are here and watching my channel, if you're seeing this. So, Jared Cannonier versus Gregory Rodrigues. I fucking blew the roof off of my home when Jared Cannonier knocked him out, dude. I like Jared Cannonier. I'm a huge Jared Cannonier fan. The guy is awesome. He's always having some good fights. I don't know what you wouldn't like about him. But before this fight, I was flip-flopping for a while. But I stuck with my guns. I watched their fights. I said, hey, Gregory Rodrigues, his defense fucking sucks. He's very good at offense. He's got good boxing, good grappling, good wrestling. He's a fucking Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu champion. The guy's good. But no head movement. Like, sometimes he just doesn't see punches coming. He went out there in the first round. He dropped Jared Cannonier twice. And I shit my pants. I can't lie to you guys. There was shit all over the floor. I was scared. I was shaking. This is how my hands were. And then Jared Cannonier, he survives the round. He's able to take Rodrigues down, which I did not expect. And I think this is a good sign for Jared Cannonier's longevity at middleweight, because he's 41. You can't be having wars like this when you're 41. So I think he can even win some fights, like taking a more grapple heavy approach, because clearly the guy's got amazing cardio. So Gregory Rodrigues in this fight in round 1, I think what happened was he expected to blow Cannonier out of the water, and he almost did. But then when he couldn't, he got tired, and the entirety of round 2, he was backing up. He backed up the whole time. Cannonier was beating him up. And in round 3, It was more even. They were both going forward, both landing good shots on each other, but Cannonier was doing better. Um, Cannonier's like his boxing. I think it's a little bit better since his last fight. Maybe it's just the opponent. I don't know, but his hands look good. He was landing some really good leg kicks. That was a very important weapon in this fight for him, which I thought it would be because Gregory Rodrigues is a lot bigger than him. He's gonna have a range advantage. So if you can land kicks on him, you can minimize that somewhat. Um, he stuffed all of Gregory Rodriguez's takedowns pretty easily, which is something a lot of people didn't expect, but I expected it. I knew this would happen. Like, dude, I'm gonna be gloating because I know a lot of people probably don't care. It's Jared Cannonier, but I'm happy, dude. I got this fight right. He was a big underdog. He crumbled Gregory Rodrigues. He broke him. In round 3, they were going tit for tat, landed some good shots on each other. And then at the end of the round, Jared Cannonier unleashes a fucking elbow, drops Gregory Rodrigues. He's beating him up for like 10 seconds. The round is over. And then he goes out there in round 4. Gregory Rodrigues, he's broken. He's tired. He's taking too much damage. And Cannonier just beats him up and he gets the finish. But I do want to say one thing about Jared Cannonier. I think he needs to stop switching stances in his fights because every time he switches stances, he gets hit with something big. Whether it drops him or not, he still gets hit with big shots whenever he goes into southpaw. I think he's better from orthodox. His defense is better. He's got better boxing. He's got good combinations. That's what I like about Jared. He throws good combinations. 2-3 punch combinations. He's got good kicks. He's just very well-rounded. His footwork is kind of slow. Like, you can tell he's slowing down. It's natural. He's 41. He's slowing down, getting slower. I don't think he packs as much of a punch as he did a couple years ago. But he did good this fight, man. He came back. He weathered the storm. He beat Gregory Rodrigues up. And I think RoboCop, I really think he should move to light heavyweight. This guy's fucking massive. He's gigantic. He has no business being at middleweight. I would bet that Gregory Rodrigues weighs at least 230 pounds at the beginning of his training camps. The guy is gigantic. But yeah, Jared Cannonier, I'm happy about this. I went 11-1 on my picks. Yeah, great night. I hope you guys enjoyed the fights. I hope you enjoyed the video. And I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.